Are you looking for that magical recipe costing calculator? Well, I'm going to tell you what that is in about 2 seconds. Hello, this is Dave Scott Peters, creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula, and I feel your pain. You'd love to have this magic pill where you could type in a couple numbers and know what your food costs are going to be on each item you sell. A recipe costing calculator. Well, really, those are called recipe costing cards. Now, if you've seen me speak all over the world, literally all over the world, I can tell you that the two most important systems I share all the time are budgets and recipe costing cards. Well, we're going to talk about recipe costing cards right now, and let's talk about the importance of them. I want you thinking about it this way. If your heart, right, your heart pumps blood through your veins to keep you alive. Well, for your restaurant, what is the heart of your restaurant? Your menu. Right? It has everything to do with what's going on. What does it pump? It pumps money through all the arteries to pay your bills, to pay your labor costs behind the bar, for your servers, your kitchen, and so on. So it's so important that we have a strong, healthy heart. Now, coming from somebody who actually had a heart attack, and I can tell you that you got to take care of it. So how do we take care of our heart in our restaurant? We must know what every item costs us. I want you to think about it this way. If you don't know what every item costs you, you're throwing your profitability to dumbass luck. So let's go over a little bit of the process of recipe costing cards. Number one, you got to get every item that you're going to buy. Any product that you buy from a Cisco, US Foods, Benny Keith, I don't care, Shamrock, whoever you buy from, distributors, small vendors, don't care. What are those products? And you need to break it down to find out what those costs are. So if you buy it by the pound, what is the ounce cost? The other part of that is how much of that is usable, something called yield test. You take the ending weight divided by the beginning weight. So if I started with this much product, but I end with this much, you still spent all the same amount of money. So we can find out the actual cost per ounce, per each, whatever it may be. That way we can use it in our recipes, right? If I have something that costs me 15 cents an ounce, well, if I have 2 ounces, I know it's 30 cents. You get the picture. The next thing is to make sure you start off what we call our batch recipes. These are any components you use in a recipe, anything you manufacture yourself. That might be diced onions or cut celery, or it could be soups, side dishes, sauces, desserts, anything you manufacture in your restaurant. We start with this other product we buy, we make this with it, so we need to know the value. Because those are components or ingredients that go into things that you actually sell to your guest. Now we want to start to write down all of our recipes, but better yet, as you prepare them, whether a batch recipe or an item that's going to come out of your kitchen, stop, weigh it, write it down. Get the exact ounces, the exact number of eaches, whatever the quantities are for each of these items. Write them down like a grocery list, and the next thing you know, you put all your costs together, total it up, and then decide what you're going to sell it for. Use divided by sales, that's your food cost. Well, you've got to do this for every single item. In a future video, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to share you what you do with it so you can find your ideal food costs and engineer a menu that can make you money. But it starts with knowing what your items cost. Now, do know you can do it with a spreadsheet. You can do it with software. I would tell you today's day and age, at some point in time, once you've done it with your spreadsheets, we're going to eventually graduate to somebody's software package so that you can maintain them easily. Now, there is one more piece to this. There are 3 things you need to think about: your core values, your passion for hospitality, and persistence when it comes to your recipes. You must know your core values because that has everything to do with the quality product you purchase. Am I going to purchase high-end product and charge high dollars? Or am I really value-driven and I'm trying to find that middle range and I'm going to have lower costs? Or am I a dive bar and I don't care what I'm putting out? It's all cheap, cheap, cheap. And maybe I'm in a fairground. I don't care what it is. Your core values define where you're going to price and the quality you're going to have. Again, have a passion for hospitality because that food is a part of the experience. What you're delivering has everything to do with what people's memories are. And that persistence, you must be persistent in everything you do, that every dish goes out the way that you document it, that every ingredient is used the same way every single time, that it is hot food hot, cold food cold. Make sure you are persistent in what goes out. And that way, you not only have accuracy on your restaurant profitability, right? Because you know what your recipe costing cards are. And that means every dish goes out. You use it the same way every single time. We can predict your costs. And last but not least, you're going to build business. If you put a dish out every single time and you're consistent, you're persistent with your quality and your portion controls and so on, then guests will come back over and over again because they can count on the experience, that hospitality experience they get from you. Look, if you want to make money in this business, make sure you tackle your recipe costing cards.